Hi, it's voiceover Annalise. I promise that in future vlogs I get more comfortable talking out loud while I'm recording, but today was not that day. Anyway, as you can see, everyone in London was here to see Buckingham Palace. This was the day after the Queen's passing, and everyone was coming to leave flowers in front of the gates and in the gate itself. We looked it up afterwards, and there were about 10,000 people there at the same time as us. News reporters were all over the place and from all over the world, so if I ended up in the background of some shot on some news station, that's pretty cool. We did have to wait in line in order to get right up to the gates, and the line wrapped all the way around the palace grounds, but it went fairly fast, and it was so worth it because I was able to get some really cool shots of the front of the palace. I could see the guards inside the gates with their little fuzzy hats and everything. It was truly amazing to be at Buckingham Palace during such a historic moment, and it's kind of incredible that I just happened to be in the UK when this happened. Like, it was truly a once-in-a-lifetime kind of experience. And so here's some footage of Buckingham Palace, and once we had seen that, we had to move on, and go see other touristy things in London. So after the palace, we went and saw Westminster Abbey, which was such a beautiful church. I absolutely love old church architecture, and especially after I've been here, I've been actively seeking out old churches. And even after I've seen so many, Westminster still takes the cake for being the prettiest church. We did actually get to go inside for free, which was such a stroke of good luck, but unfortunately we weren't able to take any photos or videos, so I only have videos from the outside. Also, I am sorry about the vertical videos. I know they're absolutely awful, but I realized when I was editing that I forgot to film with my camera, so I had to steal some of my saved Snapchat videos and use those, so I do apologize for that. But after that, we went and saw Big Ben and the Parliament building, which both sit on the bank of the River Thames. It was just so cool being able to see these buildings that I've only ever seen in movies, actually in real life. And we managed to see a ton of stuff in just one day, which was honestly impressive. I don't know how we pulled that off. But we went and saw the Tower of London, the London Bridge, and Trafalgar Square, as well as London's West End. We were gonna see a Matilda show, and then we realized that we had bought tickets for the show and didn't have a train home, and we couldn't get them refunded, so we just had to take the L and support the arts, which sucked, but it is what it is. And then while we were in the West End, we stumbled across this little cafe called the Theatre Cafe. It was so iconic. They've named all of their drinks after musicals, so Kyle got a chai called Chai Can Show You the World, and I got a Phantom of the Mocha. It was so cute. And then once we were done sipping our drinks, we headed back to the train station to start our journey home. I'm gonna talk fairly quietly. I might have to put subtitles on these, but I'm currently on the train to Stratford-Upon-Avon to see Shakespeare's birthplace. Exciting! I'll see you guys there. Also, I don't know what it is, but trains make me super sleepy. So literally every time I'm on a train, I'm like falling asleep, and then I'm like, it's probably not safe to sleep on a train. So I have to force myself to stay awake.
Wooden Wowen. Please mind the gap.
sitting at a bench at Anne Hathaway's cottage. I already saw Shakespeare's birthplace and his new home, but unfortunately I can't record inside any of the buildings, illegal stuff. But yeah, it's been really cool. It's been super cool. Just like walk through old like Elizabethan and Victorian era buildings and see the places where, you know, Shakespeare literally wrote all of his plays, and I mean, he's the greatest playwright in all of history, so it's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. The cottage is real cute. I can't flip my camera while I'm recording, but there it is. It's really nice. I like it a lot. But I am getting pretty tired of walking. It ended up being like a 24-minute walk to get here, which was, but I think my plan now is I'm gonna go find somewhere and have dinner. My train leaves at 6 and it's like 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna go find a place to have dinner. I'm gonna chill, and then I'm gonna make my way back to the train station and head home. So yeah. So I realized that I had never actually filmed Preston itself. I had filmed a lot of trips, but I had not filmed Preston. So because my vlog footage from London and from Stratford-Upon-Avon was too short, here's a little bit of Preston and then a little bit of an update at the end. So enjoy! So I saw this spire in the distance. I wanted to check it out. So I wanted to see what it looked like up close. And I do not regret it. It's super cool. Once I get past these trees, you'll be able to see it. You can kind of see it up there. That's fucking cool. See, and look at this old stone. Like, this is why I love Europe, you know? You could just go on a quick, brisk walk and find something cool as hell. And to be able to see it once you pass this tree. Also, it's a little chilly, so my nose is running, but look at that. That's cool. That is super cool. So this is the front. I think I might be able to go in. I don't know if I'm allowed, but the gates are open, so maybe. For sale, if anyone wants it. Got it right across from the train track. That thing is part of this building. That's pretty nuts. I don't have the money to buy this, but I would. Definitely would. Look how pretty this is. Like the streets are cobbled and just so cute. You're right by this thing. This huge building. Look at all those cool doors. Wow. Hello. So I haven't done anything today. I am feeling a little bit like a slug, but I am going to Manchester later. So I figured that for this last hour or so that I have to kill, I would just do a quick little get ready with me and update everyone on what's been going on, because it hasn't been much, but it's worth updating. So I've kind of spent the last little bit just like hanging out, going out to cafes, doing my thing in Preston, just getting to know the town a little bit better. Me and Kyle were considering going to London for the Queen's funeral, but we were like, oh, it's 48 pounds like one way. At least it was for me. It would have been closer to 72 for him because he doesn't have a rail card. But we were like, it's gonna be really expensive to take the train to London, and we were just kind of worried that like, oh, I don't know if it's worth it. So we decided that we were just gonna stay in Preston, go to a pub, and watch the funeral procession like get broadcasted basically. We were gonna go somewhere in public because we both don't have TVs. And that ended up being a very good idea because, sorry, my mirror is down here, so you're just gonna have to deal. But that ended up being a very good idea because my roommate did go to London. A couple of my roommates went to London to see the Queen's funeral procession, and they ended up getting shuffled into Hyde Park. I think it was Hyde Park. I'd maybe have to ask them again to double check. But they got shuffled into a park and couldn't actually see anything in person. They could hear stuff, but they didn't get the chance to see anything in person. So I ended up being, as much as I was like, it sucks that they didn't get to see anything, I was glad that I didn't spend the money to go all the way to London because it was crazy busy. And then just kind of hung out in Preston, and I started my classes today. So the procession was the 19th, and then I had my first class on the 20th, which was exciting. I'm in a State and Society in Britain class, and there's a seminar that goes along with that one. And then I'm in a Making of Britain course, and then I'm in a Reading and Writing the Short Story course. So I did some of those, which was really fun. I think I'm gonna like classes here a lot. They're not super high stress, which is cool. Both of them they don't have exams, and then both of them only have 2 assignments for the whole semester each, which is ideal, honestly. So that's good, and the classes seem really interesting so far. I haven't had my State and Society class yet because it was supposed to be on the Monday, and then obviously bank holiday in the UK on Monday, so everything was closed. But I did my 2 classes, hung out around Preston, had a good time, and then last night went to a bar with Kyle, which was fun. It had the coolest bathroom I've ever seen in my entire life, and I know that that's a weird thing to point out, okay? I know that it's weird to be like, their bathroom is cool. It was, alright? It was cool. They had like rose wallpaper on like the walls and the ceilings, and then they had 2 big mirrors and like a fake plant wall, and then there was a red button in a frame, and I was like, what is that? I was sitting in there, and all of a sudden the lights go out, then there's flashing colorful lights, and Girls Just Want to Have Fun starts playing, and I come out of the stall, and this girl's like, I didn't know that it did that, and I was like, I didn't know either. So I danced with this random chick in a like bar bathroom, which was really fun. And then I told Kyle about it. He was like, I have to see this bathroom. And I was like, yes, you do. So when it was empty, I snuck Kyle into the women's bathroom, and we danced to Girls Just Want to Have Fun, which was awesome. I had a great time. So we did that. And then another exciting thing that we did is that we planned a trip to Dublin, which I am so incredibly excited for. I am so excited to get to go to Dublin. That's been one of my like top places I need to go. Sorry about that. Took a brief moment to get the shimmer on my eyeballs. But yeah, we snuck into the girls' bathroom and danced to Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and then wandered around. It was a really good time. And today we're going to Manchester. So yeah, it's been good. There's been a lot of days where I haven't really done a whole lot. I kind of just sit around and like do my thing and hang out, which is fine. I think I need those days every now and then. I think there's a big part of me that feels, I think, guilty sometimes if I'm not doing something every day, but then I also have to recognize that like I live here now and that I shouldn't be trying to do something every day, and then I do need to give myself a little bit of grace to do nothing every now and then, even though it feels like I'm wasting time. So yeah, I'm trying to settle in and get used to the school routine. It was a little bit chaotic trying to get to our Making of Britain class the first day, because we had, the day before, we had gone to a cafe and like gotten all of our school stuff sorted out, and we realized, wow, it's really hard to multitask. I don't know how YouTubers do this all the time. But we realized that they had changed the location of the building like last minute. So we like ran around to find the hall where our class was, and we did. We got there and it was fine. But it was a little stressful. Oh, and yeah, I was saying before, we booked a trip to Dublin, which I'm really, really excited for because I've always wanted to go to Ireland. I know that's not one of the places that's on a lot of people's lists, but it's always been a place I wanted to go. I find Irish history very fascinating. I find Irish people very fascinating. I've always loved the accent. And I was like, Irish castles? I think so. So I'm excited to finally get the opportunity to go, which is really exciting. So we're leaving for that on the 13th, and of course I'll vlog that. Of course I will. But I think also before that, we're probably going to take a day trip up to Edinburgh, because Edinburgh is pretty much the same distance as London is from us, but in the opposite direction. So I think we're going to go to Edinburgh one weekend and then probably do the Lake District as well, because Preston is like right outside the Lake District. So we're going to do that and go check that out, which I'm really excited for. But yeah, there's lots of exciting things on the horizon, lots of fun things that I'm gonna film and vlog. It's just, this week has been a little bit of nothing sauce. But that's okay. You know, starting school is a big deal, and, you know, finally doing the thing that I came here to do is kind of a big deal. So yeah, I'll just continue to keep you guys updated. I am once again a little bit behind on the vlogs, so I do need to get cracking on that, but it's hard to make time for it sometimes because I've just been trying to get back into a routine is a little bit challenging, especially after not having a routine since the end of August pretty much. So yeah, getting back into it. I'm a little tired, but it'll get better. So yeah, that's pretty much it.